So let's jump right in. Number 12, maintain your equipment. Take care of your chairs, take care of your easel, if you're a balloon twister, whatever your profession is. Of course, this isn't aimed towards caricature artists, but this could be used for anybody, magicians, whatever. Take care of your stuff. If it's raggedy, if it's falling apart, buy new. Invest a little bit of money. And from a liability standpoint, if you're a caricature artist or something that requires someone to sit in a chair, you don't want a chair that someone's going to sit in and it possibly break and they fall and bump their head or something and sue you. So take care of your junk. Keep it up. Number 11 would be clean up, hygiene. Take a bath. Nobody says you have to show up to every event looking like $1,000,000. I mean, you're not going to show up for a company picnic that's in 100-degree weather in a 3-piece suit, but at the same time, you are going to try to put on, some decent clothes. And like I say, just take a bath and put on a little bit of deodorant. I mean, just maintain yourself. It's a good first impression. It's a good lasting impression on people when you don't stink. Number 10 would be smoking and alcohol. There's nothing wrong with smoking. If you're a smoker, if you like to drink alcohol, that's great. Do that stuff on your own time. Smoking, I know, is a little different. I used to be a smoker, so I know the addiction. But of course, I'm not going to sit there with a cigarette hanging out of my mouth while I'm drawing a kid's picture or something. And I'm sitting there blowing smoke in his face. Use some common sense. Try to remember that you're there for them. You're not there to take care of your habits. You're there to serve those people. So work that stuff out. And you're there to serve the people you're there to draw, or twist balloons, do magic, whatever your job is. Number 9 would be food and drinks. I'm not saying you should never eat or drink at an event, but always make sure you have permission. I've had a couple instances over the years. I actually had one not too long ago where I thought it was okay to eat, and I went and got a food, and the lady came over there and told me to throw the food away. I got a little upset about it, but in years past, it had not been a problem, and apparently somehow or another it changed this year. So I do try to eat before an event, and I try not to eat at an event if I can help it. But this particular event was through a lunch hour. It was like 11 to 2, so you're going to get hungry. Just make sure it's approved with the client before you do it. Number 8 is line management. This is particularly important if you're dealing with, usually the outdoor events are the worst ones, because you look up and you've only got 30 minutes left, and you've got 20 people in line. You can only draw, let's say you can only draw 10 more people. There's that temptation to just hope they're going to leave, but they're not. They're going to keep getting in line. So you have to close your line off. I have signage that I close my line off with, and it's not 100% foolproof, but it does cut down a lot on the pissed off people at the end of the event. It's a lot better to try to tell them ahead of time than to do it at the last minute. And you're always going to get, 9 times out of 10, you're still going to get somebody who comes up at the last minute and just insists on it. And that's why I always try to build a little bit of a buffer in there as well. If I know I can only draw 10 more people, I'm going to say I can draw 8. That way I've got a little bit of wiggle room in there in case the boss lady shows up at the last minute, or the boss man shows up at the last minute with oh, you need to draw this guy or this person. They're the one who hired you, so you don't want to be a jerk to them and turn them away. So you give yourself that little bit of wiggle room so you can deal with the situations like that. But my next thing would be signage. Now, obviously, when I'm working for an agent, I'm not going to advertise my business myself. I'm going to give out their cards and their things, because that's usually in your contract. They don't want you to promote yourself. But when I'm promoting myself, when I'm working for myself, I always have signage. I have a sign above my easel. I have signage on the back, which has a list of all the events I do. And when the people are sitting there being drawn, they can sit there and read that stuff and say, hey, we can have this guy for my kid's birthday party or whatever. And I've picked up more business by having that sign. And incidentally, something new that I've added, I now have an A-frame sign now with samples on it. So when I'm doing an outdoor event, I can even put that out, and it can even serve as a way to help cut my line off at the end too. That's something new. I invested a little bit of money in. It wasn't cheap, but it's been well worth it. So that's just something else that you have to decide, when and where you want to invest in those things. To make simple signs, they're fairly cheap. You can print them off on your printer. design them on your computer, but you start getting into the bigger A-frames and things, you have to go spend a little bit of money and go to a sign shop and have them made. This brings me to number 6, business cards. One of the easiest, cheapest things you can do is have a business card. I've carried business cards forever. I do know artists to this day who they're not bad artists by any means, and they do great work, but they are very slack about carrying business cards, or they'll do these horrible business cards that they just print out at home on their printer, and the ones that you tear apart, and they look bad. I mean, invest a little bit of money and get some nice business cards done. There's so many online printers and even local printers that can do just a fantastic job, and for less than $100 you can have, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 cards printed up that just look really nice, and it's just something that just makes you look like more of a professional. and of course, it's people stick them in their wallet. I even run across people from time to time who have. I saw a guy a while back at an event. He had one of my cards from like 10 years ago. I'm like, I think you need a new one. So yeah, business cards, people keep those. I know I do. Like even with other performers. This brings me to number 5, networking and or community. Now what I mean by that is I understand that the number one person you want to promote is yourself. Obviously, I mean, if anyone, I'm the best caricature artist in North Carolina. Plain and simple. Seriously. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way to promote everybody else. Obviously, I want people to give me business, but at the same time, I'm not going to step over someone else to get business, if that makes sense. I try to maintain one of the things we've been blessed with here, especially here in North Carolina, is we do have a strong sense of community, especially among the caricature artists. And I have heard that in some other industries, that's just not the case. So, for example, someone calls me and wants me for an event on, whatever date, and I'm not available. I'm immediately going to go to my Rolodex, and I'm going to, and I kind of do a rotation. I'm like, okay, I haven't given Jeff a job in a while. I haven't given Joel one in a while, or Gerard or whoever. And I go through there and I try to alternate who I give jobs for. And obviously, if I call, and I'll call them personally, and I'll say, hey, are you available? If they're not, I go down the list. And we all do that. And what that does is, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who they get. Like I said, obviously, you're the best caricature artist, or I'm the best caricature artist. But to the people hiring us, as long as they get someone who shows up, who acts like a professional, does a good job, smiles, and you know what I mean, they do a good job, people are happy to have a good impression of us. That's what matters. You want people to say, hey, hiring a caricature artist was a good idea, or hiring a balloon twister, or a magician, or whatever. That's the whole goal. So there again, like I said, just remember that sense of community. And now I've heard that's not true in all industries, and that saddens me, because I'll be honest with you, this one of the things that I really love about what I do is the fact that I don't have to worry about a bunch of guys going behind my back, bad-mouthing me, and the same for me. We all, if we ever have beef with each other, we handle it among ourselves. We talk to each other about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody has a disagreement every once in a while, but we work it out. We sit down, we talk about it, and we work it out. And I hope that spreads. I'm just telling you, it's awesome. So if you're watching this video and you do live in a market where everybody's kind of cutthroat and everybody's kind of at odds with each other, I would invite you to do your darndest to try to change that. Number 4, dress for the event. I know that kind of sounds like the same thing as hygiene, but it is. It kind of goes along with the same thing. Like I said before, you're not going to show up to a company picnic in a 3-piece suit, but you're not going to show up to a wedding or a bar mitzvah in jeans and a t-shirt. Dress for the event. If you ever have a question about what to wear, just talk to the client and say, hey, do you need me to wear a tie? Do you need me to wear a button-up shirt? My default go-to is the khaki pants and a golf shirt, and I usually try to wear my little hat unless it's just 1,000,000 degrees and it's too hot to wear a hat. Just try to look clean and neat. And there again, like I say, just talk to the client. It's real easy to say, hey, what do you want me to wear? Number 3, practice your craft. Of course, now I know we're not all at the same skill level. Some of you may be new. Some of you may be doing it 10 years, 20 years. I've been doing it 25. But you know, work at it. Work at your craft. If you're not good, or if you don't think your sketches are up to par, this is going to be a shameless plug, but you know, get into the Caricaturist network. Watch some of my videos. Watch some of these other guys' videos on how to. If you can just Google just about anything and find it on YouTube to watch and learn about things. So practice your craft, get good, or get better. Number 2 is speed. This is, you know, right along the same lines as practice your craft. You got to work on your speed. I mean, you can do the most beautiful caricatures in the world, but if you can only draw 5 people an hour, and you got artist B and artist C that can both do 20 an hour, who do you think they're going to want to hire? So, not saying you need to do junky or crappy sketches to be able to draw fast, but you know, you got to balance that. You got to work on that speed and also work on your quality too. And that's an ongoing process. I've been doing it 25 years, so I'm fast, and I like to think my sketches are pretty good. You know how it is as an artist. Some days you are great and some days you suck, according, you know, in your own mind. But to the people, they don't know the difference. All right, this brings me to number 1, and I feel like this is the most important, all-encompassing thing of all this. It's just always have a good attitude and be nice. Don't get me wrong. I know there's going to be situations people are going to upset you. I've had plenty, and I've lost my cool with people before, but I have gotten a lot better at it. I do pick my battles, and if I do have to lose it on somebody, there's going to be a really good reason. For the most part, I try to kill them with kindness. I try to, just deal with the situation in a calm manner. And one of the situations I'd say this would be the most important with would be, let's say you showed up late for an event. I know I left that out of this, I purposely did, but that was in the other video, was try to be there early. Let's say, you know, traffic was horrible. You did leave plenty of time, but you end up being late anyway. You know, throw yourself at the mercy of the court. Don't be nonchalant and try to slough it off. Always take responsibility if you're in the wrong. And if you're not in the wrong, you know, stand up for yourself, but do it with a smile. It's amazing the things you can do. You put a smile on your face, you can get away with so much with somebody, whether, you know, instead of just getting mad and yelling and, you know, throwing fists and stuff. So yeah, this is it. This is my video of how to be a better professional. Well, hey, as always, thanks for watching my video. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. I hope that something I do on here helps someone. And as always, you guys be safe out there.